Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder Second Edition: Curse of the Crimson Throne. Joining me today are my lovely and amazing Patreons who support my channel and allow me to continue to do all the cool and wonderful and amazing things you see here on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's so good to see all of you. Now, if you are wondering why Dag has his smooth and sultry voice on today, that is because it is currently 1 a.m. here in Germany, where Dag finds himself, and I am using my late night voice because my gracious host may or may not be awake. I don't know. I am too scared to go outside of my room for the time being. Now, as you've noticed, the DAG is represented by a lovely and amazing avatar, and we have none other than Hero Forge to thank for the amazing art you see on stream here. One of the many sponsors we have for the channel. Unfortunately, while I am touring Europe, we won't be using our other two sponsors, but we do want to give them a shout out anyway. And that is, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT that we normally use to do our dice rolling, and Sirenscape for the sound effects that we also use when I'm in my studio. Now, getting comfy. Now, as always, we are about to embark on an epic and amazing adventure here in the Pathfinder world. But before we get too deep into that, guys, there's people you need to know about before we get into any of this game, and that is, of course, my wonderful and amazing players who come to join me week after week in order to have a good time and share in the storytelling magic that we have here. We are going to let my players now introduce themselves and the characters they'll be embarking on the story with. So yeah, I'll turn it over to them so they can tell you all about who they are and what they're playing.
Oh wait, is that me first?
Yep.
I cannot tell because I cannot see you guys.
Good point. I think it's me. I'll go ahead and go. Hi everyone. I am Malikisa, coming to you from Western North Carolina in the hurricane aftermath, and I'll be playing Holly, who is a fairy noble who her job was basically to get married because that's what nobles do to their daughters, and she was having none of it, so she ran away. And she ran into an amazing group of people. And while reality wasn't exactly what she was expecting in this area compared to the books that she was reading, she's sort of getting along. She befriended a bunch of orphans, and in an effort to save them from the plague, wound up selling her soul to Asmodeus. So she has now embraced herself as an Asmodean cleric, and going forward, she is hell bent on revenge for her former fiance for slaughtering her entire family. And that's Holly.
Hi, I am Marcus. I am playing Alexander, the Hell Knight wizard from Corvosa. He is an Order of the Gate Hell Knight, and he was on his way back to um, kind of visit slash help his sister because he had a real bad feeling that something was going on. Wound up being eaten by a fireworm, saved by Dante and Agnes. Had a little bit of friction with the party at first, but now he's on the mission to help them stop the Queen because he believes that the oracles had sent him here without actually telling him, just due to the circumstances. And yeah, so that is he is all down to do some queen slaying. And
Oh,
next is Agnes.
sorry, excuse me. Hello, I'm Laura, and I play Agnes, who is a psychic. And she is out here originally to save a city, and to protect their daughter, who, whilst kind of sort of old enough now to look after herself, still got those mom instincts going. Um, and after the loss of, the best friend from the group in previous episodes, um, I think she's struggling a bit because she's lost 2 of her rocks. So she's still got Dante to hold on to, though. There's a bit of a rock. So she's struggling a bit, but she'll get there.
Speaking of Dante, hi, I'm Raikon Kuzakin. I play Dante, a Kitsune druid from the forests of Corvosa. And, well, been going around. Oh my goodness, my brain right now. All right. I've been going. Dante's been going around trying to find the dealer of Pesh, as he's traveling with this group after witnessing a plague and a queen getting hit in the head and just pulling it back out. He's holding in there as they're going around, traveling, having to deal with a lava worm as well as having to help it birth it. That was birth an egg. That was interesting to deal with.
Imagine telling the other druids about that at the next moot. Eh? Bragging rights.
Alrighty, hello. I am Cass. I am playing Elizaro Alizaro. Can't decide how to pronounce her name. Call her Ro for short. She is a courier bird having a bit of an existential crisis. She is here with the group through a mishap related to her horse. She wants her horse, but also she's trying to figure out who she is and what's going on in the world because she doesn't actually know very much. So that's her. She's here.
All right, spectacular. Thank you, everyone. And of course, not appearing in today's session is our dear friend Britt, who plays the role of Thea, the Necromancer, a new addition to the party who has come at the recommendation of our party's other allies, the Clerics of Zonkuthon, who they had encountered earlier on in this adventure, who, despite the fact that the Clerics of Zonkuthon are clerics of the god of pain, misery, and suffering, have had their goals align in very unusual ways. So yeah, they've actually had a lot in common and been able to work together on a few things. And now the latest is, of course, the trying to bring about the end of this evil queen stuff. But more on that later. Before then, however, we have one last person to thank before we dive into today's session, and that is our lovely and amazing audience. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with us and enjoy these weird, wacky, and fun games that we play. As thanks for that, we invite you to come behind the GM screen to have a bit of fun with us as well. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time during the stream. And our dear friend Mally has graciously volunteered to let us know when we have. Was it Mally that volunteered? Yeah.
Sure.
Done. Good. Whenever we have channel point redeems, things like insight bonuses, inspiration, divine intervention, harrow readings, a bunch of cool stuff. All of this stuff can be done in order to influence the game while you play, and all you have to do is watch. Subscribers, you earn channel points a little bit quicker than the others, so if you want to subscribe, that also helps us out in big ways. So yeah. Alternatively, if you guys would like, there is a more tangible way for you to get more hands-on with the game that we're playing, and that is, of course, through monetary donations. All money donations currently go to the Eurodag trip, which I am embarked upon. I have beset myself into Europe. I am currently in good old Germany. I've attended a couple of conventions here now, which has been great. No one fucking recognizes me, which is fine. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I have learned quite a lot that I'm happy to bring to each of my tables. Lots of enrichment and enjoyment of things. So yes, anyone who donates, this is what money is going towards: paying bills, doing stuff while I'm away. And of course, as always, we say if you do donate, donate generously, but donate responsibly. For $5, you can donate to gain a hero point, which are one of these little red marks beneath my players that can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or have them roll with advantage. Alternatively, that $5 can be used for a purple mark, which you see below me, which can be used for jinx points that are used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or potentially complicate things ever so slightly. What's that? A leak in the boat? Oh no, what do they do now? All of these sorts of things are, what we can do. Then for $10, I have in front of me 2 decks of cards. The first deck is a deck of Heroic Actions, which is a free action you can allocate to a player of your choosing, which serves as not only a hero point, but also a special unique power that they can utilize at any given time. The second deck I have that you can choose from for a $10 donation is a deck of plot twists and flashbacks, which come with a series of story prompts. You get to decide which of the story prompts you'd like out of 3 that I draw from the deck, and we play that out. And that's what happens then. For $20, you can donate to give someone the coveted golden natural 20 because sometimes shit just needs to work and you don't want to fuck around with your dice because they're not behaving. Well, the natural 20 is the best way to get around that. So, yeah, $20 for a natural 20. And then we have our $50 donation, which of course is a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item you design, something from their wish list, or you can ask me to design something for them as well. We have currently 2 pre-show donations for a magic item for Alazaro, as well as a magic item for Thea. We are going to wait until next week to give Thea theirs because we want to obviously give it to them in person. But a very special thank you to our dear friend Marcus the Storyteller for your very generous donation of those magic items. Yay!
Yay.
Then, of course, if you feel like it, because you woke up, you chose violence, whatever is the reason, that $50 could potentially also go to a boss buff, increasing the difficulty of an encounter, making things more dangerous or deadly, upping the stakes, upping the ante. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that may potentially happen through that as well. So yeah, that's what the $50 can do. And lastly, we have the $100 secret menu item. This is a game changer. A $100 donation is a massive, massive donation, and comes with like a lot of multi-game things that happen. So for this week, our heroes are attempting to evacuate themselves from a orcish town using a series of luges and slides and I guess it's basically tunnels that are wet. And our heroes are going to be encountering a number of different encounters whilst in the sewers. Now, for the $100 secret menu item, our heroes are currently in the lands of Belkzen, where hordes of orcs currently vie, battle, and struggle in order to try and basically cut a piece of this landscape for themselves. For the $100 secret menu item, I will allow whoever donates said $100 to design a tribe of orcs. This tribe of orcs will have a goal in mind. They will have a particular personality type. They will be able to appear as either adversaries or allies to our group, depending on what you would like. And their leader shall be a character you design that I will roleplay as an NPC for their time here in the Badlands of Belkzen. So you get to create an entire orcish tribe to occupy this space. Will they follow our heroes into Scarwall and continue to be a threat? Are they necromancers who want to loot Scarwall for more bodies so they can increase the size of their horde? Are they an orcish tribe of people that ride motorized wild boar that are all based on Mad Max characters? I mean, who knows? You can get creative, you can get fun with it. So yeah, that is our $100 secret menu item. Yeah, Tribe of Orcs. Yeah, I will say this though. Please don't be boring. I know that sounds a bit mean, but I'm like, don't just say, "Oh yeah, they're just orcs. They're friendly." Really cut your teeth into this. Enjoy it. Make something of it. I do have some ideas, but I want your ideas. I want you guys to feel expressed in this game, especially with the $100. So there you go. All right. So did we get any donations during our intro?
We got another
Scalia,
$25 from Cross to Streams.
Ross, you bloody beautiful legend, you. Thank you for coming and joining us today. I hope you're doing well. I miss your face. And I greatly appreciate your $25 dues. Where are these $25 going?
Nat 20 for Holly, and that leaves $5 left.
Okay. Is everyone filled up?
Yes, everyone is filled up except you only have 3 Jinx points instead of 5. So
Oh,
if
well, I
Cross
guess
wants to give you a Jinx point, he can do that.
I'm getting a Jinx point. I'm getting a Jinx point. There's nowhere else for it to go, baby. So it is coming over to Dagtown. Jinx point, population Dag.
We also got $50 from Schoolie Eye, but I missed where it's supposed to go.
probably a boss buff because we're so loaded up.
He did
Yeah,
hint
he
at
said
that,
the
but I
boss
can't
buff.
see it.
Yeah,
I thought that was
it
one of
does
my settings.
say it does. He does have it set for boss buff.
Boss buff
Okay,
it
sorry,
is,
I
all
missed
right.
that.
No,
What, you're
that's
not
fine.
giving 15 plot twists this time, Scully Eye?
Look you. All right. A boss buff indeed. All right, here we go. Done
Speaking of,
and
do we
done.
have any from last week for them, or did we manage to get through them all?
The familiar face, I think.
No,
never
familiar
got-
face was Lowry.
Yeah, no, I think we got through them all last week.
Yeah, the familiar face was Lowry.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, well, with the boss buff in suit, I believe we are all caught up. So, without any further ado, when last we left our epic adventure. Our heroes are a group of adventurers that hail from the lands of Corvosa, a city gripped in peril at the hands of an evil despot, a tyrant queen known as Queen Iliosa, who has fallen victim to the Crown of Fangs, an evil artifact made from the bones of the ancient and long-thought dead dragon Khazavron. However, his restless spirit has polluted the mind of the queen and forced her into acts of pure evil and depravity, setting loose plagues upon the town, setting fire to the old villages, slaying all that would come within her wake, even deposing some of the heroic knights and replacing them with her own grey maidens. The queen has gone too far, and our heroes, thanks to the aid of their allies such as Neolandus and Vencalo Osiriani, have set out into the surrounds of Corvosa in order to try and find a way to defeat Khazavron and save Corvosa once and for all. After setting out into the lands of the Shoanti tribesmen and endearing themselves and becoming indoctrinated into part of the tribes, our hero learnt that Khazavron was slain a long time ago by a hero in a place known as Scarwall, a castle that was in the lands of Belkson, a holding horde where the Orcish tribes battle and roar and rage across this huge badlanded landscape to the north. If our heroes were to find a way to defeat Khazavron, it would be there, in the seat that once held power to the former hero that slayed the dragon in the first place. Traveling together with their new companion Alizaro, our heroes bid farewell to Padrig and Quinn as they returned back to the city in order to try and help the rebels who are there hold their ground against the forces of Queen Iliosa. But the traveling was difficult. to say the least. The land is most inhospitable. Creatures and people alike are less than friendly here. And arriving at the first town, our heroes had to make some deals with some shady, underworldly individuals in order to try and get through the territories, eventually being able to barter their way to a secret smuggler's tunnel beneath an opium den. Our heroes gathered upon what looked to be a kind of a toboggan looking thing that used the sewage system that was underneath, that connected to an underwater channel that would take our heroes a good majority of their way underground towards their eventual end at a place known as Scarwall. Gathering up their courage and their belongings, they made their way in. As the master of the opium den smiled a somewhat untrustworthy smile and set our heroes upon their journey, the darkness soon enveloped them. The sound of rushing water, the stagnant, stale smell of the sewage through the town, our heroes began their journey. Illuminated only by a small lantern now held at the front of the small makeshift raft that you find yourselves in, it isn't long before you notice something out of the ordinary. There is a second light, one that seems to come up from behind you. Perhaps another boat, another vessel. You can't quite see amongst the din and the murk. Clouds of noxious green methane and gas linger in the air, making it difficult to see. But whatever this lantern is, it is approaching quickly. What do our heroes do? Bear in mind you are traveling quite fast. There is no way to steer this boat. You pretty much just have to try and remain balanced and seated on it, for the time being at least.
Can I cast my flesh wall behind us?
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and cast a wall of flesh in front of the fish, but behind our boat.
I will point out that you are currently riding a stream of water, that if you place a wall behind you will cease that stream.
Can I leave enough at the bottom to let water come through?
Unfortunately, not. You do need an anchor point for your wall to actually be erect.
Aren't we in a tunnel? I thought I could use the sides of the tunnel.
You could, but then if you wouldn't be going underwater, for example.
Darn it.
Uh,
How big of a tunnel is this?
The tunnel is 25 foot in circumference. Oh, well, diameter, not circumference.
And we don't know
and
how
how far
deep,
away
so
is
never mind.
and how far away is the fish from us?
It is encroaching. It is about 40 foot away from you presently.
Okay. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
To clarify, all you can see of this giant aquatic creature is just the lantern. You can't actually see the creature itself. It is still submerged.
uh, well, I still have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander will point a finger at the lantern and cast Thunderstrike.
Okay. Do you want, for the folks at home who
Needs to
don't know how to
make
play
a reflex
Pathfinder,
save.
as we, yeah, but you do the thing. Okay.
All right.
Read out what it
Yeah.
does.
So, yeah, I was just about to. Um,
Mhm.
Alexander calls down a tendril of lightning that cracks with thunder. It deals 1d12 electricity damage and 1d4, but because I'm using it heightened at the 4th level spell slot, it will be 4d12 electricity plus 4d4 sonic. Um, and if it's wearing any metal, it takes a -1 circumstance penalty to its save. And then if damaged by the spell, it is clumsy for 1 round.
All right, very nice. That is a 24. Sorry, no, my
It
apologies.
fails.
28 on its saving throw.
It still fails.
Okay. With a
All right.
28 failure, yeah, deal you damage.
All right. So it will take, bam. It will take 36 total points of damage, with 28 being electricity and 8 being sonic.
Okay,
But
one
because it's not,
second. 38. Yep.
and then because it's not wearing metal or anything, it doesn't take the clumsy.
All right. All right. As you cast your spell and the thunder cracks over, it is an area of effect, which does indeed, because it is electricity, does do damage to the creature and the sonic damage as well. Even though it's underwater, you watch as the head of this giant fish erupts from the surface. It opens its giant maw with razor sharp teeth and lets loose this horrendously cacophonous sound as we go into initiative.
Goody.
All right. All right. We'll have everyone roll initiative. You will announce your order in turn. And Cass, could I have you write that down in chat for me, please?
They are giving a thumbs up.
Sweet.
Sorry, I
Okay.
forgot to unmute. Yes, I will write it.
Nope, you are good. Okay. So, in the order that we introduced ourselves, let us know what the initiatives are.
Holly has a 21.
Alexander has a 32.
What does initiative work off again?
Perception.
Done. Right. It's easier to do.
Since we are not stealthy, you would not use the stealth one.
19.
Even if I used a stealth one, I'd still only get 25. I rolled a freaking 4.
Oof.
Me too. So I got a total of 19.
I
I
have.
rolled a 19.
Dante has 34.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Ro got 21.
Okay, and the creature got a 36.
Ooh.
We
Fast
can't blame
finish.
Fantasy Grounds for bad rolls anymore, can we?
Oh no, you guys are in a lot more danger because my actual dice roll like fucking fire.
Oh, I don't want to hear that.
They're weighted.
Yeah.
I'd have to
Yeah,
refine
there's-
my actual dice.
Oh no, you ask anyone. I have gone through multiple dice. I have gone through other people's dice. Every time I touch like real dice, they end up rolling like amazing when I'm jamming. They roll like
Wild.
shit when I'm playing, but jamming, yeah. Anywho, so who starts us off?
Creature has the highest roll.
Thank you. Okay. Being struck by lightning, it did not like that in the slightest. So the first thing it is going to do is use a primordial spell that, as it does so, it is going to move forward, keeping pace with the toboggan that you are on. And as it does so, you watch as it starts to excrete this horrible, foul-smelling mucus that begins to spread to the water. The back of your boat begins to get gummed up as the water transforms into a slurry of mud and sediment mixed in with the sewage water. You are slowing down drastically, and your vessel is now moving at half speed. That is its first action. Its second action is it is using its organ of endless water to gather into a single point like a giant bladder in its throat. You watch as its jowl swells with water and begins to writhe with these blue tentacles emitting, like sort of like ejecting from its like neck sack type thing. And as it does so, it begins to harness the water it has gathered from this infinite pocket into a very precision attack that fires as a water jet towards the man who spellcasted at him. Okay. Oh, that's a good start. So that is a 42 to hit.
I think that hits anything.
Hold on, wait. No, I lied. 39. My apologies.
Who's that hitting again?
You.
Oh, yeah. No, I have a AC of 30.
You have an AC of 30?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
So,
Alexander has the highest AC out of the group at the moment.
Oh, nice. Okay, in which case, that is 5, 10, 15, 22 points of damage. And you
what
are
type of damage
pushed.
is this?
It is piercing damage.
So that's 17.
Sure, 17 points of damage, and you are pushed 10 foot off your boat.
Oh shit. Can I use a hero point to grab on to the boat and stay on the boat?
You don't need to use a hero point. There is a reaction known as grab in Pathfinder. Oh,
Oh,
grasp, I think it is.
oh, I'm assuming that's athletics or acrobatics.
Uh, Good question. Let me just double check. I've not used this one that often. Pathfinder 2E.
I said grab an edge. So it's a reflex
Yeah,
save. Yeah.
that's
Usually
the
a
one. Grab.
decline DC, but
Yep. So there would be a DC involved. Acrobatics check or a reflex save. I would go with a reflex save on this one.
All right. That is a. Is a 25 enough?
A 25 is not enough, I'm afraid.
Um,
Ooh.
into
Well,
the
now you
water
can
I
use a hero
go.
point.
Yeah, actually, I will hero point for that, please, unless you're gonna counter it.
Ooh. We haven't even gotten to the boss buff yet, so I will allow you to use the hero point for now.
Yay! That's a 28.
28 is still not enough, I'm afraid.
Rip.
All right. You are blown from the boat, and you hear a splash as you watch Alexander disappear into the water. Well, the mud, really. So you don't really sink down to the bottom immediately. You just kind of like hit the surface and start sinking like quicksand. It's a little faster than quicksand. It's mud. It's like peat if you've ever, been
Yes.
unfortunate to land in peat.
Yeah,
All right.
unfortunately.
Cool. And that was action. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, no, I did do that. Sorry. I did buff this up as well. So sorry, you do take a bit more damage.
Oh. Yeah. The only reason why I asked for the if it was piercing or not is because thanks to um my mortification feat from being a Hell Knight, I gain resistance to a damage type based on my reckoning, and my reckoning is piercing my skin and carving it with a dagger, so I get 5 piercing, 1 resistance per Hell Knight feat I have.
Sure. You take an additional 13 points of damage, which is part of the single attack.
Ooh, so I'm
It
taking
basically use
30 damage. Oof.
Yeah. So basically, its first action was to muddy the water. It then moved and then used its powerful blast at you. But that's it done. Who's next?
Dante.
I could try to save the Hell Knight, or I could see what damage I could do against this.
Mm-hmm. True.
Do the damage.
Yeah.
So
So
will eventually want to my turn last.
remember those adamantine arrowheads I've had for forever?
No, not even slightly.
I've had them for a
I'm
while.
just I'm gonna trust that you have them. But yeah, go on.
And I've had them for a while because they were with the oil dark vision and all the other stuff we got early.
Sure.
I have a spell that I can use with those adamantine arrowheads called Needle Dart.
Okay.
And as long as it's within 60 feet, I shape. Because this is auto heightened. Yeah, it's auto heightened to that. Originally, it states that I shape 3 needles out of a piece of metal in my possession and send them flying in a tight group towards one target. Make a spell attack against target's AC. The needles deal 3d4, though they'll be doing 7d4 because of the auto heighten. Piercing damage and might cause bleeding. The needles impart any special properties of the metal that forms them. For instance, cold iron needles deal additional to creatures a weakness to cold iron. All needles are made of the same metal, and metal returns to you after the attack. And if it critical hits, the target takes double damage, 1 persistent. Success is a full. And here we go. That will be 36.
36 will hit.
Is that within crit or outside of crit?
It is not a crit,
Okay.
but only just.
Ooh.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, it was getting a little cold. I had to go and get a bit more clothing on.
That will be 18 piercing.
18 piercing. 56. Okay, yep.
And as last action, if Alexander is still close enough, Dante will try to lead over to grab him.
I will allow it. Make an athletics check. And Alexander, are you what kind of armor are you wearing?
I am wearing Hell Knight half plate.
Okay, so that's
Or,
medium armor. Sure. All right.
No,
Make your
heavy.
athletics check. Oh, heavy? Yep. Okay, make your athletics check.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to make it because I'm rolling a flat d20. I rolled 4.
All right. Unfortunate. That will actually critical fumble. And as you go to try as you try to pull Alexander out, unfortunately, you lose your footing and fall in. All right, we got 2 guys in the drink. Who's next?
Me. Okay. Oh boy. Can I use so what would it take to try to get back to the boat? Or is the boat like at this point?
It hasn't gone away. It is It's about 10 foot away from where you are. It will require an athletics check to swim across. It is a difficult check because you are swimming through sinking mud. And you're in full plate, which means you've got a huge penalty.
Yeah, because my. Ugh.
Mhm.
Hmm. So here's where do I risk that and failing the check, or do I just attempt to mess up the fish even more just to make things easier?
That is the question.
Screw it. I am going to use Thunderstrike again.
Okay. Sure, not a problem. Make an athletics check for me if you'd be so kind.
Oh, okay.
Because you are still
PC
swimming.
kid. 28.
Okay, so with the full plate penalty, a
Half.
28 is not going to. Sorry, with half plate. Sorry,
Half
with
plate.
the heavy armor. With a heavy armor penalty, sorry. Unfortunately, 28 is not going to be enough.
Damn it.
You sink below the surface. You can still cast your spell, but you are now looking at a wall of mud.
Nubby.
So what's the
Mhm.
miss chance then?
Absolute, because it's total concealment.
So if I still cast it, then I fail anyway.
Well, you can cast it. You can cast it like right next to you, and it's what, a 10-foot range?
It's Thunderstrike is 120 foot.
No, what's the radius wherever it strikes? Or is it a single target?
It's single target.
Then yeah, you would be able to use it here.
Hmm. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I do have a spell that I can use that doesn't require me to make a check to hit it.
Uh-huh.
I have Force Bolt.
Again, you cannot select the target.
All right, well then I'm fucked. That's my turn then.
You've used one action. You can keep trying to swim if you like, or you can drown. Either way, it's okay with me.
I mean, I can try, but don't I take a a penalty for doing athletics more than once?
No, only if it's an attack action,
All right.
like grappling
Second
and tripping and all that.
Okay. All right. Second action then to attempt to
Swim.
uh that. Mm, so what does the nat one get me?
Well,
Oh my god.
you
Are
descend
you
further
sure?
down.
I'm gonna hero point, please.
Yeah, let's jinx point that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. This is just too good. All right. You begin to sink further and further. You feel the surface drifting further and further away, your breath caught. You quietly think to yourself, is this the end of Alexander? You have another action.
I will try once more to swim up.
All right, make
Uh,
a reflex save.
oh boy.
This is before the athletics check.
Where is it? 32.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Um, your leg is caught in what looks to be some kind of like lobster trap. It's basically this wooden cage that is like resting on the bottom of the water here. Your foot plows through it, but thankfully, with your reflexes, you manage to wrench your foot out before you get stuck. This was your natural one fumble effect, but you managed to get by it, so well done. You may make your athletics check.
That is a 4 for a total of 20.
That will still fumble. So, yeah, you're there. You're at the bottom of the. I feel like at this point you've reached the bottom. You're just kind of like, cool. It's about 15 foot
Oh,
deep.
Jen redeemed a divine intervention for me.
Hey, thank you so much, Jen. All
Right.
right, Marcus, you've got another chance at redemption. You do not want to fumble.
That is a 3 for a 19.
Okay, yeah, you fumble. You are 15 foot below the surface. Okay. Next on our list, who's next?
That would be Holly or Ro.
Holly, I'm letting Holly go first because I'm looking over my sheet.
Sure, not a problem.
Okay. Holly has gone into attack mode because she's not big enough to haul either of those two out of the raw sewage and mucus. So Holly is going to attempt to rip the spirit out of this thing. So do I roll it save?
No, I can roll it save.
No, I think I would like to roll it because I'm rolling worse.
Nah. All right, that is a 16 on the dice, which brings me to
A 9?
No,
I like the
no.
9 better.
What's the save? A
Fortitude save, DC 25.
That is 25. That is a 33.
Even if we used mine, it still would have saved. Now I'm sad.
Sorry.
So save is that half damage?
Yes, for a basic save, it is half damage.
Okay, now I get to roll a bunch of dice, so that's exciting.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's 10d6.
Ooh, nice.
I was gonna hold them up, but they fell out of my hand. It's too many dice.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay, let's add stuff up. That's 2 1s and 1 6. That's 8, 11, 16, 18, 23, 26, 34. So half of that is 18.
All right, 18 points of damage. Done.
Hooray! Oh wait, it also needs to make a will save for the second version of the spell from my Vest of Anku.
Do you want to explain what it does?
Yes, the Vest of Anku actually doubles all of my spells. So the target then makes a second save, which is a will save, regardless of what the spell is. And if it fails the will save, it takes that same amount of damage again from the spell a second time. And this would be full damage if it fails.
Okay, bear in mind it does use your reflex to do that, so it means that you'll have spent your reflex for this round.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool. He got a 29.
Fine, nothing happens to him.
Okay, done and done.
And Holly's last action is going to sink down into the boat just absolutely as low as she can get so she can't be targeted.
Unfortunately, that level of the boat does not exist, but you can take cover.
I would like to take cover.
Very well. All right, who's next?
Me. Alrighty, for my turn, I would like to. How far is
Rage.
the fish? How? I was gonna respond to that with another joke, but I'm not gonna do that. How far is the creature from boat?
10 foot behind you.
Okay. And if we have to stay at this, okay, you know what? At that point, it doesn't matter. I would like to. I have I believe my flights. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can fly maybe 5 foot up, like just vertical movement, and shoot from vertical movement.
What do you
Using
mean,
2
and
separate
shoot
actions,
from?
like one to move and then one to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, of course you can.
Then I would like to do that. Let me go down to this tab. And since
Okay, so keeping in mind,
Mhm.
just to bear in mind, the boat that you're in, because it is currently moving at half speed, is moving at 20 foot around. If you vacate the boat as if you are flying, you'll be using your fly speed and not the boat's travel speed.
Okay. In that case, I will
Which is fine
not
for now.
do. Yeah,
I
but
was gonna say it's
that'll.
fine for now because your fly speed is faster than the boat at the moment. But once it gets past the mud, it'll go back to 40 foot.
Okay. So in that case,
Yeah.
I will ixnay
It'll-
vertical movement,
Sure.
and I will attempt to shoot the fish with my
All right.
crossbow.
All right, let's do it.
28.
28 will hit.
Yeah, alright. Let me grab my damage. That is that is 1 whole point of damage on first attack. I would like to do that again though. Alright.
What are you attacking with?
Hand crossbow.
Does it not have a striking rune or anything?
Mm-mm. If it does have a striking rune, that is not on my exported sheet. So I wasn't going to try to assume that it had anything. It just says 1d6 piercing. Alrighty, second attack.
Do you have? Sorry, real quick. You don't have striking on any of your on any of your weapons?
Only my rapier.
Ah, okay. Your rapier's your primary. Okay, yep. Go carry on.
Mm-hmm. Alright, second attack. Yeah. That is a 26.
A 26? Ooh,
Yes.
that's gonna cut it close. A 26 will hit just.
Alrighty. There we go. That's better. That's a 6.
Nice.
And then one more. I'm
Alright.
going to do one more shoots. One more shots for my final action.
Now don't forget you are taking a -1 on each attack, yes? On -5 on each attack?
Yes.
Good, good. Carry on.
Oh, that's not going to hit. That's a natural 1.
Ooh, alright. I'm going to say that as you fire, it ricochets off the side of the boat, and sorry, not the side of the boat, the side of the walls of the sewer, and as it does so, deflects and smashes the lantern at the front of your boat, plunging it
Oh,
into
goody.
all the darkness.
Oh my goodness, that's what, 3 of us are now in the drink?
No?
No, it's just we're now blind if you don't have dark vision.
Oh no, you can still
Going
see.
last
You can
is
still
a
see.
riot. Let me tell you. It's like you have a plan, then the next person goes, change of plan. Then the next person goes, change plan again. Then the next person.
Yeah.
I mean, look, keeping in mind, you guys can talk to each other. But yes, as the lantern is smashed, the only light now is from the fish.
Oh no, Alexander's kind of at the bottom. He can't really talk to anyone.
No, and Alexander also doesn't know that the lantern is broken.
Pretty
All right.
much.
Yep.
I mean,
That
I can see in dark vision. I have 120-foot dark vision.
Oh yeah. That's true. In the
oh,
dark,
I do.
but it's not dark now, is it?
Is
Uh-oh.
really? Are you going to use the? It's technically low light.
No, it's bright light. It's a lantern. It's like
No,
putting
but I
on
thought you
night
just
vision
said that
goggles
they broke
next
the
to a
Okay.
lantern.
fire.
So
Yeah.
I thought you
Well,
said
the
they broke
fish
the
has a
lantern.
lantern. The fish has a
Oh yeah.
lantern.
I guess the fish does have a lantern.
It does. All right.
Well,
Next up.
is Agnes.
Okay. Yes. So Agnes was gonna do a thing, but now is blind. So
What do you
this
mean?
isn't a
There's a lantern from the fish.
yeah, that's kind of 10 foot behind. I want to see in front a little more.
Yeah, you can't really see that much in front. You can see like a teeny bit, but that's about it.
So Agnes is just gonna quickly pull a sunrod out of a bag of holding and tap it on the edge of the boat and pump
Ooh, nice.
burst into light.
Okay, yep.
As one action. We're still in mud. How far in front of the boat does the mud stretch? Like, how much further do we have to go, or is it just the back of the boat that's gummed up?
It is. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. It's 30 foot further of mud. So you'll be out in 2 rounds. So not the next round, the following one you'll get out. If it doesn't
Okay.
keep mudding up the water.
Mhm. So then for then what she's going to do for her next action is pull out her magic rope of climbing greater. And does the boat have like a prow, or is there anything I can tie a rope to at all on the boat,
Sure.
or is it just like
Yeah,
yeah?
there's the
So
seats themselves. You can anchor it onto one of the seats easy enough.
yeah, so she's going to tie one end to that, and she's going to fling the other end of the rope out at the back of the boat. So because you can't see
Okay.
Alexander because he's under the water and in mud. And Dante, I mean, he can be any animal he wants, it's. But just so they can get back to the boat quicker, she's going to throw the rope out. So I guess it's just lying on top of the mud at the minute, the rope, that they can grab onto if they need to.
Sure, not a problem.
And she'll shout out that that's what she's done as well, if anybody can hear her.
All right, not a problem. You yell out to your allies to try and inform them of the now dangling rope that now hangs behind the vessel as the ship continues to careen forward. So tying off the rope, using the sunrod, you do still have one action.
Cry.
Cry.
It's a free action.
Yeah. I definitely haven't got any one action spells, so
You can take cover.
yeah, I suppose she'll like hunker down in the boat as best as she can, I suppose. Keeping an eye on the rope to make
Okay.
sure it doesn't untangle. Although it's a magic rope, so once it's knotted, it shouldn't unknot.
All right, done and done. Who's next?
I think it's back to the
It
top
is your
of
it is your
Dante
turn.
for the fish.
Oh, the fish's turn. Okay. Well, the fish has blasted someone, and someone else ended up getting knocked into the drink. The boat is slowing down. What does it want to do? I suppose it wants to dive down and eat its prey. So, move action, it swims over to Dante.
Oh, thank God.
This is gonna get awkward.
And Dante, as the creature swims over in your direction, It is going to attempt to job you. So
Yeah.
it gets a da, 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 da. Oh, that's not ideal. But maybe that is 26 to hit.
Oh my goodness! Why wasn't one lower? That is exactly my AC.
Oh, damn, that's unfortunate. All right. These massive jaws clamp around you. For 20 points of damage. It is then going to try and grapple you with its teeth, which it gets a 27. What's your fortitude?
It will be 1 over as well.
Okay, well, it is now grappled you in its jaw. So move action, melee attack, and then a grapple. So yep, you're being chomped on. Nom 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 nom. While you are in its mouth, you're kind of caught in the maw, right? But it's filled with water. So you are effectively underwater as well as grappled. Yeah, long story short, this thing is just constantly filled with fluid. All right. The
Gross.
creature clamps down and now has Dante. All right, who's next?
Dante.
Me.
All right.
I.
Okay.
I'm in its jaws. I don't know if I can wild shape now.
Technically, you need to be able to fit into the space that you are transforming
Yeah.
into, otherwise it fails. So, yeah, you probably can't without breaking free. Or actually, you know what? No, I'd say that you're not inside of its mouth fully yet. So I'll allow it. You can shapeshift because
Okay.
you're not
So
inside it.
what I planned to wild shape into, I had to. I was contemplating between two, but no, crocodile would make more sense.
Sure.
And Dante is going to wild shape into a giant or into a huge crocodile.
Okay. Your bones begin to bend and break and reshape, and your skin turns hard and scaly as you transform into a huge reptilian monstrosity. What size are you?
Huge.
You are 2 sizes bigger than this creature.
I
It
mean,
is no longer grappling you.
yeah. And because I chose crocodile, I can hold my breath for the duration of the transformation.
Sure, not a problem. How many
Uh,
actions is it to transform?
it is 2.
All right, that leaves you with 1 action remaining.
Yes. Because this is kind of important because he's kind of down there, and I need to remember to add my temp HP before I forget. I would like to use the 30-foot swim speed I have now to get towards Alexander.
One, you do not know where Alexander is because, again, you are drifting with the current. 2, you only have a 15-foot move speed because the muddy area is difficult terrain.
Okay.
I will have you make a perception check to see if you can try to figure out where he is, as you cannot see underneath in the mud.
29.
29 is the DC. So as you sink down 15 foot, I'm going to say that with your massive size, actually, what is huge? Huge is like 20 foot
It,
by 20 foot, right?
Let me double check. I just looked at it.
Oh no, it's 15 by 15.
15 by 15.
Yeah. Okay. So your tail manages to touch onto something underneath the water, and you discover it to be Alexander. But that is your whole turn.
This is fun.
All right. Who's next?
Me. And do I feel the tail touch me?
Sure. You feel something large and reptilian brush against you in the
Okay, I
darkness.
can't see, so I could
Mm.
think so Alexander could think it's the fish too, because it's large and scaly.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. No.
Um, I want to do something as like a role play thing by
Oh no.
casting a spell,
Sure.
but I don't. But like,
Just pitch the idea.
well, feeling that it's the fish, cast Thunderstrike on the scaly thing that touches me.
Well, once again, the thing has touched you, but you no longer can see it, meaning you cannot target it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably a good thing then.
Good try, though.
All right. I will try to. I'll try to break free again. Try to swim.
Okay. Make a athletics check as you attempt to swim.
All right. Just keep swimming. And that's a 2.
Yeah, you basically tumble dry your way underwater. Dante, you lose track of him as he is now just a victim of the current.
I still got 2 more.
Go.
I still got 2 more swims.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
was
you
the
got 2
effect.
more swims.
Yeah, but that's the effect of the fumble.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more swims. Do you want to try again?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
That's a 5 for a 21.
A 21 is not enough,
My God.
but it's not a
I know
not a fumble.
I know Chad is screaming at me to use my natural 20, but I don't want to yet.
Sure.
Well, you do have your last hero point.
One last check. That is another 5 for a 21.
That is also a failure.
So do I start drowning yet?
Oh yeah, you've been drowning this whole time.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Sure.
Attempt to re-roll, please. Give me something good. That's a 3 for a
Wait,
19.
before you use that hero. Oh, never mind. I was about to say before you use that hero point, you can use a divine intervention, but now you can use a divine intervention.
Yeah, apparently that hero point failed and he needs to go straight to the divine intervention.
Yep.
Let's see. What's your constitution modifier?
+3.
Okay, so you've been down there. This is your second round down there.
It doesn't matter. The divine intervention was a 4 for a 20.
Cool. You have 4 more rounds before you are out of air.
Right.
Yeah, just make sure you don't try to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because or attack.
Mm-hmm. All right, done and done.
Alexander's trying to swim up, but little does he know he's actually just swimming down.
Yeah, I mean it's more like you're tumbling over and over and over again, just trying to keep yourself upright. It's actually quite like if you've ever been caught in a current, it's actually very disorienting if you cannot see the surface. Who's next?
I believe that is me.
Yep.
Holly's gonna peek up from the boat and go ahead and try to rip the spirit out of that fish again.
Oh, yeah, you don't see
Sure.
Dante anymore, effectively, either.
That's true. Dante's now gone, and the fish is still there.
Well, it's a single target spell, so it wouldn't have hit Dante anyway.
Yeah, I'm just saying that you don't see Dante anymore, and it's just the fish.
The fish will save.
Can the fish not save? I would like it to not save.
Well, unfortunately, this fish is appropriate for fighting a group of 5 people, meaning, unfortunately, its stats are pretty high. Fort save of 37.
Damn it, it takes no damage. That's a crit success.
Alas.
Holly's gonna get sad and depressed and pull out her crossbow as her third action, and that's it.
Done and done. Which brings us to...
Me.
You got this, Ro.
Yes. Okay. So, seeing at this point that the guys are in the mud, Agnes and Holly are still on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. Can I? The fish is still within 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to throw one of my magical daggers at it.
Okie
Yeah.
dokie.
And yes, I know this means I will lose the dagger, but I would like to do the thing. Okay, let's go. That's a 35.
Cool. That will hit.
Alrighty, and that will do 12 points of piercing damage. So that's my first action.
Okay. It's not looking great. It is covered in vicious wounds. It seems like it's on its last legs.
Okay, in that case, I would like to throw my second dagger. And this is just my standard magical dagger. This is not the one these are not the ones I was donated. This is just the standard what I have in my sheet. I will throw the second one. Hey-ya.
All right.
Natural 20 for a 36. Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Critical hit. Roll your damage.
All right. And I clicked the thing to make it do this. And it is a critical hit, yes?
Mm-hmm. Which means
Okay.
you get a crit card.
And you hold down left shift to do the crit damage.
You don't even have to do left
20
shift.
You can click the thing now. You can click where it says crit. That is 20 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Your dagger strikes its center of its forehead, and as it pierces through its skull, you watch as the tentacles go limp, the light dims and flickers before going out, and the creature flips upside down, dead as a doornail.
Yay! I killed it.
Hey.
Yep, it is definitely dead. However, make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, goody.
Do. Nope. That is in skills. There I am. Do. That is a 19 plus 17 for a 36.
Okay. You watch as the body of the creature begins to swell. The wound that you placed in it starts to leak fresh water, but the water pressure is starting to increase, going from a trickle to almost a jet stream that is coming out of all of the wounds. The body is continuing to swell larger and larger. This creature is about to explode.
Do we all see
Also
that?
the no, only Alizaro. Now, in addition, the mud is now back to being water again, which means that Alexander, you can now kind of see in the murkiness a little bit better. Although it is now dark, pitch dark, because the only and no, the sun rod's still illuminating, so now you can see the surface where the sun rod is.
Yeah, so
Which
the,
also
the
means it
usual
is slightly
20 bright and then another 20 dim. If you're only like
yeah.
one of the 40
It is
dim.
also it's also no longer difficult terrain and easier to swim. Not marginally easier compared to before. We are still in initiative though. Was that all of your actions for Alazaro?
Yep, that's my 2 daggers, and I'm not moving or I'm not taking my third action because if I'm scared if I move that the boat's gonna do something wild, and I'm trying to stay with the girls on the boat.
If you want, you may use your last action to try and stabilize the boat.
Okay, what do I roll for that? That would be great.
Let's just do a dexterity check for the time being. Only because
Okay, just
I'd imagine you'd need some sort of lore or proficiency in sailing.
which I do not
And
have.
yeah. While you know how to ride a horse, a boat is a different thing altogether. So
I
You
got a
could say it's a
20.
different beast.
a 20,
No,
a
no,
natural 20, or just a
dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20, you've helped stabilize it a little bit. You're kind of like just trying to maintain the balance between Holly and Agnes, who are there. But the boat is now accelerating to 40 foot around. Okay, who's next?
And
Agnes.
Is
Okay, again, I've had 3 plans. So that's 40 foot for 6 seconds. And a 40. That's okay. Over 10 foot a second. Okay, so Agnes says, I'm assuming this is kind of like the rowboat where it's got like the benches that stretch across, so like there's a gap underneath the benches kind of thing. Is it that kind of deal, like a classic rowboat, right? Okay. So Agnes is is gonna like sit so her feet are under, she's gonna slide so her feet are under the bench, so she's facing backwards on the boat, so the seat's like kind of across her midriff, if you know what I mean, so she's hunched over the seat,
Okay.
and then she's going to pull out and she's going to hold the immovable rod and activate it so that, well, the boat should technically, I guess, stop because the rod's stopping and she's holding the rod and she's
Yeah.
so
If I may
poof,
make a if I may make a suggestion, rather than using your own body to wrench this ship still, which will hurt a lot, you go towards the back of the boat, and then you simply place it underneath the edge of where the boat is, and then just activate it there. That way, it'll stop it from the rear of the boat, and the whole thing will come to a halt.
Okay, because I was wondering if this boat wasn't that good, it would just rip a hole in the back of the boat and the rod would stay where it was and the boat would continue on its merry way. That's why she was using herself and the boat, if you know what I mean, with the bench of
Well,
the
if
thing
you
and the self as a buffer. But
okay, well, if
if
you
you
want to
say
make
it's
it
not going to
engineer,
do it, then that's fine.
I
Like,
didn't say I didn't say it wouldn't.
yeah,
I'd say I would say you can try to make an engineering check if you would like to, if you'd find that out.
really,
Otherwise,
yeah. I don't really think it's her thing. I think that's just her initial instinct, to be honest. And I think she knows it's probably going to hurt a bit, but it's not. It's not like we're traveling at 60 mile an hour now, if you know what I mean. It's yeah. But
Yeah, no, I
that's
know what
just
you
her
mean.
instinct reaction to in all honesty. Like she doesn't want to rip a hole out the back of the boat and I don't know, should rather just oof than zoom
Sure,
off down the
sure.
thing and leave their two friends to drown in
Yeah,
the water.
okay, sure. All right, Agnes, you take 8 crushing damage as
Ooh,
basically the seat crushes into your ribs as it comes to a stop. But you hang on.
Oof. Right, peace. So,
All right, we are still in initiative, however, because we do have a drowning man.
drowning man. Oh, it's my turn next, actually.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
and
you
with
can
one
now.
action, she'll wiggle the rope, to like.
Well, no,
Oh,
you'll need to
was
be
that
able
all
to
of it?
hold on to the. Yeah, you need to hold on to
Rod. Both
the rod.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Never mind then. But yeah, so the rope will just kind of. It's not behaving like a normal rope. It's kind of still.
It's like trying to fish for Alexander. It's just like wiggling around a little bit.
Yeah, the last target she's doing towards Alexander. Yes. So now it's no longer mud. It will actually be trying to sink down towards yeah,
Sure.
Alexander.
All right, not a problem.
But it'll only do
Okay.
it for a minute, so it's probably only got about like 3 rounds left.
No, it's only been like 2 rounds since you've done it, so it's still got a good like 8 more rounds.
Cool.
Okay. Next up is Dante.
I'm going to try and find Alexander again since I lost him.
Yep, you can see him a lot easier now that it's just murky and not just like, mud. So yeah, you
Yep.
do see him with your crocodilian eyes.
I'm going to. I was originally going to bite him because it would have been easier, but now that it's not as much of a struggle bus, I'm going to, until he actually grabs me, kind of do the dolphin thing and push against him towards the direction of the boat.
Okay, I will treat this as an assist action.
Alrighty.
Okay, not a problem. Anything else? So move action to get near him, and then 1 action to assist. I'm not even going to ask for your check because, yeah, you're a crocodile. You're fine. You'll be able to assist him.
Yeah. I don't know what else I'd be able to do at this point.
Cool. Done. All right. Alex, sorry, who's next?
Yep, it's me.
Alexander. A
Alexander will
crocodile
absolutely
now pushes up against you.
terrifying, utterly terrifying that a crocodile is pushing against me.
Oh yeah, and you've never seen a crocodile before, and you are absolutely able to target it with, every one of your spells.
Oh, you're tempting me.
Though casting underwater is probably not a great idea.
Oh yeah, no, especially now that I'm realizing that I'm casting a lightning-based spell underwater
While
Yeah.
while I'm
wearing
wearing
metal.
metal armor. Yeah. Um, no, Alexander will just panic and just try to swim straight up.
Okay, make
Oh,
an athletics
okay.
check with a. Yep, just make an athletics check.
17 for a 33. I finally roll something.
All right, that'll do it. You begin to ascend, and because it is not difficult terrain on top of that everything, you manage to make it to the surface with the assistance of the crocodile, who will also follow you up at the same time.
It's gonna eat me.
All right, you yell.
I'm pretty sure that's Dante, Alexander.
You ain't a lizard.
You should have learned by now there's a 50-50 chance of any wild creature we're encountering being Dante.
Yep, that's about right. And there wasn't a crocodile here. We were fighting a fish.
Especially one
I
this
cannot-
large.
I cannot wait for the one day that you guys are gonna be wrong about it.
Yeah, no, right?
That would be
Dante's
great.
actually-
Not
Dante's
Dante.
off in the distance. He's like, "No, guys, I'm over here."
No, guys, that's an actual lion.
Where did this velociraptor come from?
I wish.
All right.
We're gonna
Well-
see Dante turn into a dragon, and then eventually a dragon's going to appear, ready to eat us. We're just like, Dante, stop fooling around.
Yeah, probably. All right. As you climb onto the boat to safety, the crocodile swimming next to it. What's the next course of action?
Is everybody on the boat, or did Dante get on the boat?
Dante's not on the boat. It is currently Alexander's turn.
I will definitely chug this healing potion that Dante gave me the other session.
All right. You pull out your potion. You chug it. You heal.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I talked.
And it was a greater healing potion.
Yep. So I am
Cool.
all tapped up now.
Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. All right. Who's next?
I think that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody else damaged besides Agnes?
I'll take that as a no.
Yep.
Nope.
I will cast a healing spell on Agnes.
Mhm.
Sorry, trying to find my D8. Agnes gets 9 points back.
Oh,
All right.
oh, thank you,
Okay.
dearie.
2 actions, and Agnes, sorry, 1 or 2 actions to heal.
1 action. I didn't use
Okay,
the
you got
big good heal spell.
Sure. You've got 2 more actions left.
I look around. Is Dante on the boat, or is he still swimming beside the boat?
He is swimming beside the boat. You may make a perception check, though, as you look around.
I am a huge crocodile. There's no way I'm getting on that boat anytime soon.
Yeah, Dante's probably as big as the boat itself.
And I can easily keep up with it until I need to actually hop on.
Okay. And perception is 17 plus 10, so 27.
Yeah, 27. You notice that the giant fish that is floating behind you is also swelling and on the verge of exploding.
Okay, and I've got... Was the perception check in action?
Yes.
Shit. I'm just gonna yell out and tell everyone, I think the fish is going to explode. We need to get away from here now.
Okie dokie. Anything else?
That's it for my actions. Sad me.
Okay.
Rose turn.
Yeah, I don't actually. How fast is the boat moving right now? 40 foot?
Yes, indeed. But so is the corpse.
Okay, I would like to approach the bench. Can I get behind the boat and use my wings to push it to try to make it go faster to outpace the fish?
Interesting. What is your fly speed?
My fly speed, I believe. My fly speed, according to my sheet, is 10.
Ooh, okay, well, pushing the boat is not going to work, but I will take a hero point and allow you to make 3 athletics checks. For every athletics check, you are going to increase the speed of the boat by 5 foot, which you can do by flying at the front and grabbing the front of the boat and flying forward.
Alrighty, I will do
Well,
that.
I'm not going anywhere, to be fair, because it's not my turn yet, so I haven't released the rod.
Yeah.
That is also true.
Uh,
Actually, in which case, at the end of the round, the big bloated fish probably hits the back of the ship. If
Okay,
you want, you
so
can delay your action till after Agnes lets go of the rod.
yes, if I can and still give up the hero point and do the 3 athletics checks to try to get the boat to outpace the fish, that is a good compromise. I
Yeah,
like it.
sure. Happy for that. Okay. So you're going to delay until after Agnes, who I believe is
Yep.
next.
Yep.
Yeah, so Agnes now looks up at the big giant blob
Yeah, which
slammed
at
in the
this
back
point,
of the boat. It
yeah,
just
basically,
releases the rod.
all right. The boat now
And
lurches forward. It's a
um
free action to release the rod, so you're fine.
and
Oh wait, no,
then
you have to activate it, so it does take an action. Sorry, because you have to
yeah.
deactivate it.
Did Lisa say anything like that she had a plan or in her delay or anything like that to
Yeah, she would have communicated that. I, as a player, just forgot to mention that she would verbally communicate that she's trying to get the boat to outpace the fish.
Well, that's
I, as a
okay. Well,
player, just
instead,
didn't.
Oh, that's fine. In which case, let's build good habits. And would you like to, in character, role play what you would tell the others?
I would love that. So
Sure. Go ahead. Scene's yours.
Rose gonna look at the boat, look at the fish, and kind of not like actively looking, but just scanning. We need to get that rod we need to get that rod released so I can move. And you'll see her start to go, we need to outpace this thing before it hits us.
an action, I will release that rod, and then it may or may not do any good, but I shall cast haste upon your personage.
Ooh, very nice.
Ooh,
All right. I think
Well,
haste
you need to go
doubles your
fast.
move speed.
Yes.
Well, it just gives you like an extra stride per round. You get an extra
Yeah.
allows the target to act faster, gains a quickened condition.
Yep. All right, easy done. Okay, with the rod no longer burdening you, let's make 3 athletics checks for every successful one you make. I'm going to increase your speed by 10 foot instead of 5. So, first athletics check. Let's go.
first athletics check is a
Now you don't need to take
34.
any penalties on. That is a critical success, so I will increase that by 15 foot. Done.
Alrighty.
Second.
Not as good. 29.
Still a success. So that is another 10 foot. So that is 25 feet.
And the third is also a 29.
That is another 10 foot. So that is 35 feet. The explosion radius is 30 foot. As 20d6 points of bludgeoning damage erupts from this creature in a 30-foot radius. Dante,
Yeah, I
make
was
a
about to say, I
reflex
think I'm
save.
the only one in here.
You are
26.
that will. Ooh, that will not save.
I would like to use a hero point then.
You may absolutely, but I would save it to probably stave off the killing blow.
I mean,
That's a
I have
comforting
2
statement.
more
No.
I have 2 more, so
Are you sure?
I'm willing to take the chance. 34.
Wait, before you do so, let me just be abundantly clear on this. You take 70 points of damage.
Oh, I